Welcome back to the Bluechip Breakdown, Balls fans. I'm your host, Bull. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the film of Colin Brazzell. That is Chris Brazzell's younger brother. We talked about him before on the channel, and he is a 6'2", 185-pound cornerback from Midland, Texas. And we're going to scroll through his profile just like we always do. There's not much to see here, okay, on 24/7 Sports, which is what we go by. We just want to keep it consistent. But if you take a look at On3, he is actually rated as a 3-star. And I do think that he's going to be a good football player for this team. Let's go ahead and jump into the film. All right, so we've got Colin right here at the bottom of the screen. He's in man-to-man coverage. This is a red zone situation. You see he does a really good job of staying on top of that route, turning around and making a play. He's at the bottom right here, and he does a beautiful job of maintaining inside leverage. And then here, okay, same thing. One of the things that I really love about him is that he's got some good hips. He's able to flip his hips, and then he's got good top end speed. Right here, he's playing in an off coverage. He was playing man before. Not quite sure what that is. Probably cover 3, but does a good job coming up on that football. You know, again, just doing what he is coached to do, staying on top of the route. Now we've got him down here at the bottom of the screen with some outside leverage. Could be cover 2. Got motion coming his way. It is cover 2. He does a really good job of coming downhill quickly and getting in and making a sure tackle. Again, I mean, look at that. You can tell he's a very long football player. That's what this coaching staff covets. Outside leverage again, but this is an inside route. He does a good job of catching up and using those long arms to make a play on the football. These are the things that you're looking for whenever you're talking about a shutdown cornerback. Now, again, he's playing off right there, a little bit in no man's land, but he does a good job of finishing, closing right there, making sure that the wide receiver can't make that catch. That's beautiful work. And right here, he's again at the top. That's inside leverage. Beautiful, beautiful hip fluidity. And, you know, again, man, I just cannot emphasize it enough. This guy's a tall, long-rangey athlete. Right there, he was playing zone. Comes off of his zone, comes up and makes a tackle. That's a football player that's being headsy. But I love this kid's hips. And then right here, you can see this closing speed. The play goes to the opposite side of the football field, but he's going to track it down. So he's got good football speed. And obviously, his older brother has good speed as well. That must run in the family. Here we go right here. Playing off coverage, okay? That looks like they could be man. Maybe it's cover 3, but he's doing a beautiful job staying on top of the route. You know, 2 to 3 yards on top of that route. Never gives up that cushion, and then is able to get an interception from it. Here, inside leverage playing off. Okay, motion's coming his way. He's kind of stemming out just a taste. Yeah, so that is a zone. Beautiful job, again, of coming off of the route, reading the quarterback, and then getting engaged on that shorter one. Here, look at that length. You know, look at those hops. Look at the way he's able to get up off of that ground. Here, you know, again, beautiful job in and out of his transitions. See that hop work right there. Again, looks like he's got a pretty good vertical. I don't know if he plays basketball or not, but he's a guy that could have. Looks good coming out of his break right there. And then, you know, comes up, is able to break that pass up. That's really good closing speed. Right here, it looks like he is also in cover 3. Again, that also could have been man, but good job on that post. Okay, good job making a play on that football. Again, man, he's using the length, using those long arms, fighting through, you know, all the way to the end of the play to try to get that football out on several plays right here. I really like that. Not afraid to come up to the line of scrimmage. Opens up the gate, you know, pretty quickly, but, you know, he's got good speed. That may have been something that he saw in film study, that's the route that they were running based off of the formation. And here, it's seeing him, okay, good. That's a beautiful job right there on a quick screen. Looks like he was playing man, did a good job staying inside, breaking up quick, and then getting off of that block to the inside to be able to make a play. He has really good feet too. I mean, he's got great footwork. I would like to see him use his hands at the line of scrimmage a little bit more, but obviously that's not the way that he was coached to do it. So he's doing a really good job from what he is coached to do. Again, you see him in phase all the way down the football field on those deep routes, maintaining that inside leverage. I mean, he's got strong inside leverage. Does a really good job maintaining leverage, whether it's inside or outside, and he makes good plays on the football. Again, that goes to the length. And, you know, you have a guy like this, 6'2", you know, 175 pounds, has good feet, able to get in and out of his breaks quickly, and he's got really fluid hips. He looks like he's a guy that can play SEC football. We're kind of wondering, you know, is this more just because he is Chris Brazzell's brother? But just from watching this film so far, you can tell that he does have the correct skill set. And he looks like a guy that Willie Martinez is going to absolutely love. just seeing the way that he's playing. Now, right here, he's playing slot or he's playing nickel, right? So we call that the star in our system. Beautiful break on that football. Would have liked to have seen him come down with that catch. But, his brother can help him learn how to catch that football once he gets on campus. I'm sure that he won't have any trouble getting acclimated to that. Here, you're seeing him beating blocks with speed and coming up and making tackles. Very willing to get in on the physical part of football. Sometimes you don't see that, especially from some of these long, skinnier type cornerbacks. But I love the willingness that he has to get in on the physical part of football. That's what you need playing in the SEC. Right here, he is up at the line of scrimmage, playing inside. Beautiful, beautiful footwork at the line of scrimmage. I love that. Again, would love to see him get his hands on that man a little bit more, or at least at all. I guarantee that he will learn how to do that once he starts playing up against SEC caliber wide receivers. Here, again, good job in the transition, coming up, sees that run quick, and he wants to make a play. That goes back to the willingness of a young player to get in on the physical part of the game. Got to have that, man. I mean, that is next level. Here, you can tell he's in good coverage. The ball was poorly thrown, but he was right there if the ball was in bounds. Good job using the sideline, as his friend with the inside leverage. Here, again, you see him going up, high pointing at that football. Very physical football play. All right, so let's get into Colin's grade. Starting off with man-to-man coverage. What we're noticing out of Colin is that he has the length. He's got the footwork. He's got the hips. Does a great job of maintaining his leverage in man-to-man coverage. Makes good plays on the football as well. And he also looks really good in and out of his breaks. We've seen him come up to the line of scrimmage. We've seen him play off man-to-man coverage. Once he does come up to the line of scrimmage, you would like to see him use his hands more there just to try to reroute those wide receivers. That's something that he will learn on campus. But overall, I really like him as a man-to-man cover corner. I'm going to give him 4 stars. Now let's talk about Colin in zone coverage. We're seeing him play a lot of off zone. Does a really good job of staying on top of those routes, coming up and making plays on the football. I think that will translate well to the next level. It looks like it's something that is ingrained in the way that he was taught based off of his fundamentals. Also, whenever you see him in cover 2, you see that he does a great job of reading his keys and coming, out of that deep route whenever he has to, or, coming off of the deeper wide receiver whenever he has to. Good transitions in and out of his breaks. I think he's going to be a really good cover 2 corner, cover 3 corner. I'm going to give him 4 stars right here in zone. All right, now for toughness and physicality. There's not a whole lot of film with him having to come up and make tackles, but you do see that he is willing to do it. So for me, I would definitely give him 4 stars if it's just toughness. Now, on the physicality side of it, he is going to have to add some weight once he gets on campus. That's nothing to worry about. He will get at least 10 to 15 pounds. If he is 175 pounds, he will get up to about 185, 190. I would say probably close to his sophomore season, and he will be at playing weight. So for now, just because there isn't a whole lot of film of him having to, make tackles and things like that, I'm going to give him 3 stars on toughness and physicality. All right, now for Colin's athlete grade. We see that he has all the skills that you want out of a cornerback. He's got good feet. He's got good hips. He's good in and out of his transitions. And I think that he could be a very good cornerback just based off of his skill set. You also see some good hops from him. You see that speed whenever he's able to hawk people down. I think that he's probably somewhere around a lower 4.5, maybe like a 4.53, something like that. Once he gets on campus and once he gets stronger, he could end up being faster, more of a 4.4 guy. That's what you want in the SEC. So I can't give him 5 stars right here as an athlete, but I can give him 4 stars. All right, now it's time for Colin's blue chip overall grade. Let's recap. We gave him 4 stars in man-to-man coverage, 4 stars in zone coverage, 3 stars in toughness and physicality, and 4 stars as an athlete. That brings his blue chip overall grade to 3 stars, but it is a higher caliber 3-star. He was right there on the cusp of 4 stars. And I do think that this is more of where he should have been rated at. I know he was not rated very highly coming out of high school, but I'm looking more at what his upside actually is. If you look at him on film with the length that he has, with the hips, with his footwork, if he gets the proper coaching and teaching, you know that he's going to be really, really good. He could potentially be a lockdown cornerback. Now, something else is that his brother was 6'3" coming out of high school, and now he's 6'5". So if Colin hits that same type of a growth spurt, he could be, 6'4", 6'5", playing cornerback with that type of a skill set. That would be huge. That's a guy that could potentially go first round if he grows that way, right? And if he does take on to the coaching that we all know that he's going to get once he gets on campus. I know some of y'all don't really like Willie Martinez, but he can coach this kid. This kid is almost like a blank canvas. And for those reasons, I do think that he is close to a 4-star, but more of a 3-star right now. Kind of a project. He's going to have to gain some weight once he gets on campus, and I fully expect for him to. I also think that, you know, him being on campus with his brother, Chris, it's just going to push them, right? It's just going to make both of them better. And I think that Chris will be able to help Colin turn into a much better cornerback going up against him every single day in practice. Not to mention the guys like Brew McCoy, Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, Dante Thornton, everyone else that we've got on this roster is just going to sharpen his iron. Iron sharpens iron. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does on campus. Hopefully we'll be able to see him in the spring. But that's it for this video. Please make sure, as always, to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks. Peace.